Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Momita, moderator for the conference call. Welcome to Q2 and H1 FY22 earnings conference call of Sathya Industries Limited. We have with us today Mr. Rajendra Kumar Bhandari, Joint Managing Director, and Mr. Rachit Nagpal, CFO of Sathya Industries Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star and 0 on your touchtone telephone. Please note this conference is recorded. I would now like to hand over the floor to Mr. Rajendra Kumar Bhandari, Joint Managing Director of Sathya Industries Limited, for opening remarks. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Dear friends, welcome and thank you all for sparing your valuable time for joining Sathya's earnings call for second quarter 2021. Results for this quarter are already with you and I shall not be repeating the same except to comment on the reason for decrease in EBITDA margin in this quarter, which was mainly due to the cost of inputs by almost 10 to 12%. We have regarding our expansion plan, I would just like to give a small brief that we have completed implementation of all the different segments of this expansion plan, and mechanical trials for the new paper machine 4 with a capacity of almost 300 ton per day are already on, and production trial should begin in the first week of December 2021. And if everything goes well, we are expecting that we shall end this financial year with additional production coming from this new machine by almost 15,000 ton minimum in the total numbers, and which may take our top line to almost 900 crore plus minus. As far as cutlery plant erection is concerned, even that erection is complete. Trials have already been taken. Commissioning has been delayed because of certain travel restrictions from USA and China. Now their engineers from US and China are reaching India on 17th November, and they will commission both the machines with capacity of total 4 ton per day. And once we start this production regularly, which we hope will be in from December onwards, management has plans to add capacity in this segment immediately thereafter, because there are certain additional machines lying with Zume, our MNC partner for this, and we may go in for additional capacity immediately. Maybe we place order in this current year only. And as far as market is concerned, current writing and printing paper market scenario is much better, and this may turn bullish also in the coming months, because season starts in December, January, and prices may go up further by another 5 to 7% by the end of the year, as we expect. Our order book, like always, is good for another 45 to 60 days. With this, I shall end and request Pranavji to proceed further with the questioning. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. If you have a question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad and wait for your turn to ask the question. If you would like to withdraw your request, you may do so by pressing star and 1 again. So our first question from Mr. Vineet. He's an individual investor. Please go ahead, sir.
Good morning, Bhandari ji. Sir, my question to you is, first of all, So for our industry, the caustic soda is one of the main raw material. I know we have a utility where we recycle 90% of the caustic soda, but since there is a 4x increase in the price of the soda, how is the revenue or margin hit? Because this quarter there was some margin pressure.
Yeah, caustic prices, of course, they have almost doubled from 30,000 rupee a ton to 60,000. But since we are recovering almost 95% caustic, the effect of this increase is very minimal on our costing. So the cost increase that has affected us is definitely coming from raw material. Some increase is coming from caustic and other chemicals also, but major increase is coming from raw material and the fuel side, which is total to the tune of almost 10 to 12%. Yeah.
Okay. So you are saying it's a other raw material, but since we source the wood pulping and there are so many different cost saving measures we took in the last financial year. So when you see that kicking in and we seeing the margin improvements.
Pardon, I could not get you clear.
Sorry. So, sir, my question is, during the course of 4 or 5 quarters, we have taken so many things like we have gone with the rice straw boiler, and then we have increased the utility of the steam and everything, which you have mentioned in the PPT, the Q2 update. So when we can see the margin improvements?
Yeah, right. As you rightly pointed out, the cost in for us because of use of rice straw and rice husk as fuel is much lesser than the fuel cost that has affected the other players. Like if I look at my fuel cost, it has just gone up to from 3,000 to 4,000, 3,000 in last quarter of the financial year 21 to this second quarter has gone up by almost 30% only. While for those who have been using only rice husk or coal, the cost has gone up by almost 3 to 4 times. So that is the major reason that while other players the cost may have gone up by almost 15%, in our case the total cost increase is almost 10%. Yeah.
Okay, sir. And sir, the final question is, since we are already, this is more about the stock price performance. Since we are very confident that we would be doing a very good the cash flow from the business would be very good in the coming years, can't we plan a buyback instead of dividend? Because if we see Satia Industries is not getting a very good PE. If we reduce some free float by a mode of buyback, we can increase the share price and do some return to the shareholders also.
Yeah, that decision at the appropriate time can be taken by the management. Definitely, they may or they may not consider that. I can say that only at the moment. Yeah.
No, but can you present this suggestion to the board? Because Chirag in one of the interview last quarter to the CNBC Awaaz, he mentioned that we are trying to return something more value to the shareholders.
Yeah, that was mainly in terms of increased dividend, definitely. But again, that has to be decided by the board, and management is conscious about that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And committed to that. Yeah.
And sir, last question. So currently our ROC and ROE number is trending around 11.55 and 11.74. So since now we have all the capex which is coming online, so how do we see this ROC and ROE numbers trending now?
Yeah, I think Rachit will come to you on that. Yeah, Rachit, please. Rachit?
Hello.
Rachit, please.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yeah, definitely with the increase in the EBITDA margins, the ROC and return on capital employed will definitely improve.
So can you give us some guidance or color? How do we see going forward?
Yeah, like Bhandari Sahib have pointed out, with the use of rice, so the margins will improve, and with the cutlery segment, it will improve our EBITDA. So definitely the margins will improve in the ROC and return on investment side.
I think 15% is a good number, and definitely it will go further up from here only. Still.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's all we can say.
Okay, so 15% is a good number, sir. And because we are anyway doubling the base also, so it's a very good number. And thank you. Wish you all the best, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next question from Mr. Parvez Baria. He's an individual investor. Please go ahead, sir.
Good morning, sir. It's a pleasure speaking with you.
Please, will you speak a little higher so I could listen here, please?
Yeah. Good morning, sir. Can you hear me now?
Now good, yeah.
Okay. First of all, Mr. Bhandari, congratulations. I'm very proud of the way the company is running, and I really appreciate the fact that you've come full circle in the sense you have the effluent discharge handling, pulping, chemical recovery, captive power, and also your raw material. So it's really a full circle, and it really shows the vision of you and your company of where you're headed. So compliments to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
The other thing is, I think it's a visionary step to take on the capex for especially the cutlery, etc. So that is also a very good move. I just wanted to ask you a few questions, sir. One is about the capex utilization. Most of your business is with school paper and government, etc. So how is that going to affect your top line, bottom line, and what kind of a market is that for you? And other than that demand that you already have a few orders, what else do you have in the pipeline, sir?
Actually, our business with the textbook boards is almost 35 to 40% of our total production. And that tonnage, if we look at our past number for the last 15-20 years, is more or less consistent. And this tonnage we have restricted to this level. We could have increased it on any day if we had the additional capacity to supply to the textbook boards, because their demand is anywhere around 8 to 10 lakh ton every year. So we are just supplying almost 50 to 60,000 ton every year, 60, 70 tons. So margin there to increase this share is always there, number one. And number two, and with the new education policy coming and the government stress on bringing more and more kids to the school, which are in the number of such children is in crores, which are dropping their studies in between, or they are not going at all to the schools, and under the new education policy, and with our low literacy rate of almost 75-76%. So the future of writing and printing paper in India for another 5 to 10 years looks very, very optimistic. And there isn't much capacity coming in this segment. No new project the most of the project that is announced in paper and paper board is mostly in packaging section only. We have hardly any new capacity coming in writing and printing paper. So we expect that in the current scenario, once our new machine comes with additional 100,000 ton production, as we stand today, we hope that in the coming months, as the demand is looking very bullish, so there should not be any problem in absorbing this production.
Very good, sir. Very
Yeah.
good. Sir, when you're talking about this, I mean, we see a lot of paper companies that have done massive capex during this time along with you. What would that do to the paper industry? And I know that the government policy is there, where there is a prohibition of import of paper, stock paper. But will all of this capex be utilized, or will it be killing the market when all of these companies are doing capex at the same time?
So since we are presently in a demand scenario where the present demand is almost 21 million ton, and by another 5 years they expect it to go to almost 27 million ton, 6 million ton addition, 60 lakh ton. So for
Okay.
1 ton of additional production, the investment required is almost 1,50,000 rupees per ton of additional capacity. The kind of investment required to meet this additional demand is much more than whatever investment is being done presently. So that gap already industry is thinking कि भाई either it has to be fulfilled by the जो demand आने वाली है in both packaging and in writing and printing, or in the new line of cup stock paper, जो आज पेपर के कप्स मिलने लग गए प्लास्टिक के बंद होने की वजह से. So all those segment demand is so huge, and the investment that is being done and what is required is almost 10-20% of that only. It is not that big investment that it will create problem for the industry.
Sir, then what is your inside news of the government policy? I know they have prohibited the import of stock paper, and also the second government policy where from June 1st of next year, 2022, that they are prohibiting the use of single-use plastic. Are those still going to continue, or do you find the government trying to backtrack on any of these two policies?
Because single-use plastic is an international issue, no question of backing out on that. Maybe earlier they have already deferred it by more than 2 years, because this was announced much earlier by our Prime Minister. So I don't think now the government has given enough time to the industry on this, and the only thing is the alternative that is going to be available to replace the single-use plastic. So for which this molded cutlery business is now being promoted by, we are also contributing in this segment to some extent, and by Zume and by many other players. So we have to provide an alternative to single-use plastic products. So that could be
And
the
how-
only deterrent, yeah.
And how about the import of paper, sir, which was prohibited by the
Import
government?
of paper, as you already know, that for photocopier paper, the government has extended the ban till 28th February next year, till the final decision comes. And the industry is trying for ban on that for another 3 years. And otherwise, also in the current logistic scenario, the landed cost of any import of paper from outside is very difficult. So that has already been evident from the export-import figures for the financial year 2021, where our exports were net positive over imports by almost 1.5 lakh ton. Yeah.
So are you saying, sir, that the imports are going to cost more than the domestic prices of our product?
Yeah. Yeah. Currently, even the current price of all the imported products is almost, even for writing printing, I would say for writing printing only, is almost 64,000 rupee a ton landed to anybody. While Indian price at the moment is anywhere around 60,000 rupee a ton plus. So already gap is there. So I think imports in coming at least 2 to 3 years are not going to be the threat the way they used to be earlier.
Okay. Sir, on the cutlery business, I know you're making cups and the forks and the spoons, etc. But one very interesting thing with Zoom that you're doing is the containers which are leak proof. And are those already in place? Are you making them? Are they really leak proof? Because I also saw on your website somewhere you had mentioned that you are trying to get a hold of a market from Swiggy and Zomato and people like that. And are they really leak proof, and are they really accepted in the market by these big vendors, etc.?
Actually, as we have mentioned in our earlier business release, that we have completed the erection of the machinery. We have done the mechanical trials. We have done the production trials also. But production trials at the moment are with different recipes only. Like we have straw pulp in-house. So we are doing trials with bleach straw pulp 50%, imported softwood 50%, unbleached straw pulp 50%, imported softwood 50%, imported softwood 100%. All those different combos we are trying at the moment, and then testing the product for the quality requirement of the market ke kahan pe jaake that quality is most suitable and most economical to the company, number one. And the engineers jo inke hain, as I told earlier, they are coming on 17th November this year. One Zume engineer from US who have already commissioned their machines, and one process expert from China. They are coming to our plant in the last week of November. So once they are here, the product is definitely going to be leak proof, number one, and oil proof also, and it could be should be good enough to heat even in the micro oven also. So that is the kind of product they are planning to offer. So we are going for product development as per the advice of Zume, our partner, because they already have experience in this line, and the products that we are making, they are also their customized patent design only. Yeah.
Fantastic, sir. And they are also sourcing a majority of the products back for them to market and sell abroad, is it? And what is the percentage margin that you're getting on this, sir?
Yeah, they have their production facility already in US. They are sourcing from Taiwan also, China also, Indonesia also, so many other countries they already have. In India, they have announced so far 2 associations. Our 2 machines are already installed, and we are planning to go for we are planning to increase this capacity by 3 to 4 times immediately after we start the commercial production on these 2 machines in December this year. So that is our.
What are the margins, sir? Margins on this product?
Margins, we have already told that the normal product which sells at 200 rupees plus minus per kg, the margin, EBITDA margin in that is almost anywhere around 35 to 40% because of low cost of in-house pulp, which should be almost 50% of the product, number one. and number two, low cost of the power that we already have surplus in our plant, which should be cost us anywhere around 2 to 2.5 rupee per unit, while any outside player who makes cutlery will be using power at the rate of 8 rupee a unit. So that synergy is going to play for giving us higher margin in this product. But of course, for the new capacity, we are negotiating with them to give us their certain high priced items, which they are selling, which they are negotiating with many food industry and pharmaceutical industry to make their products, which are even in the range of much higher prices, even 800 to 900 rupee a kg also. So let's see how the things turn out and what kind of arrangement we shall be making in the interest of the company and the shareholders in the coming time. We are yet to conclude that. Yeah.
So my last question, sir, is there was a huge increase in remuneration for promoters and other key employees at this juncture when we are doing capex, etc. I would have thought that this should have been contained. Do you feel this is in line with the market prices that are going on, or why do you think this was such a huge increase?
Pardon, I could not understand the question.
So there was a remuneration increase for promoters and also key employees.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just wondering, is it in line with the market, and why was it necessary at this juncture?
Yeah, that decision has already been well considered in the board, and of course, the promoters, they also deserve, they have been working very hard for the last almost 35 years, and I think they deserve to get that. I think that. So the decision has been taken by the board, yeah, and approved by the shareholders. And we are increasing the remuneration of employees also. Even if you look at the employee cost, so our in the last quarter only, it has increased by almost 10 to 12%. So remuneration overall we have to increase.
No, I understand, sir, but it was pretty significant increase, and either way, the promoters would benefit from the company doing well, etc. I was wondering why was it that such a significant increase was necessary at this time, where it would benefit to get the shareholders the money, which of course the promoters also would be a part of shareholders anyway.
Yeah, I think I already replied to that.
Okay, all right. Thank you, sir. That's about all I have.
Thank you, sir. The next question from Mr. Vineet. He's an individual investor. Please go ahead, sir.
Sir, thank you for the follow-up. My question is, since last 2 quarters you mentioned you are engaging an ESG firm to present the case for the ESG, sir.
Yeah.
So what's an update?
Yeah, we are talking to 2 MNCs, 2 consultants, Deloitte and WC. So I think by the end of December, we shall be finalizing with one of those, yeah.
Okay, sir. And sir, since November, December is a crop season in Punjab and Haryana, and the rice paddy has already been dispatched to the market. So I think we would have a significant saving in the rice straw and rice husk raw material costing this quarter and the follow-up, because ideally we should be doing a bulk purchase during these 2 quarters, right? Is my expectation correct, sir?
Yeah, that's true.
So if we take Q2 as a reference, how much saving we can assume in the raw material for the Q2 and Q3 and Q4, sir?
Actually, rice straw we have been using throughout the year, number one, because we buy rice straw in these 2.5 months for the full year. So that benefit of using rice straw is spread over 12 months always, number one. And number two, the major gain this year that we are having is that in the last 2 months, rice prices, they have gone up to almost 9,000 to 10,000 rupee a ton, which used to be earlier in the range of maximum 4,000 to 5,000 rupee a ton. They have almost doubled. But we had stock of rice husk, so we did not buy rice husk much during these 2-3 months when the prices were in the range of 10,000 rupee a ton. And we have been using only the stock that we had with us, number one. And number two, currently we are again purchasing rice straw at a cost of less than 2,000 rupee a ton, and again storing it for the whole year. Last year we purchased almost 1.25 lakh ton of rice straw and stored it for use throughout the year. This year the target is to store 1.5 lakh ton. So that benefit of use of lower cost fuel comes throughout the year, not only in a particular quarter. But definitely the increase in fuel cost is not that substantial due to this very reason, as comparison with the players who are using only rice husk, number one, or using rice husk or coal, or only using coal.
Okay, sir. And second thing is, sir, since we are using so much rice husk, we get this REC credits, right?
Yeah.
So since our capex has increased, so will there be a similar increase in the credit also?
REC credit?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, REC already जो प्रोजेक्ट हमारे रजिस्टर्ड हैं अभी, it is our good luck that on 11th November only the appellate tribunal, this sale of REC was banned since 2020, and now they have opened, they have done away with the order of the CERC. Hello. And that sale is now being opened from 11th November. So definitely there will be increase in the REC availability, and the revenue that we have been holding back. We had almost 1 lakh REC in store with us, in inventory we had. So now the floor price of 1,000 rupee per REC has been restored. So that revenue in the coming year, in the coming period, should start coming now. So it could be anywhere around some revenue coming in this year only, and rest in the next year. Yeah.
Right. So, sir, you are storing 1 lakh REC points credit for the last financial year, right? But since then, we have increased our boiler capacities and we have doubled our entire processes, right? So we would, so my expectation is going forward for the next financial year, we would be having around REC credit only for the last, or you can say next calendar year. We should have a 2 lakh around REC produced credit which we'll get because our capacity has doubled.
Government
Is this right?
Yeah, actually government के बाद इसको नई रजिस्ट्रेशन बंद कर दी है. तो अभी हम जो नया बॉयलर है उसके लिए वी आर अप्लाइंग फॉर द वॉलंटरी एमिशन रिडक्शन प्रोग्राम, और यहाँ इंटरनेशनल रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी क्रेडिट IREC जिसे कहते हैं. बट डेफिनेटली इन वन फॉर्म और द अदर whatever projects are already registered, they will be earning the REC credit with increased capacity. To that extent, the REC will increase, but definitely we will be having other credits which could be VCS, VER or IREC also. So we are doing that exercise regularly. Yes.
So basically, it would be like 20 crores of free credit to our EBITDA.
Yeah.
Because
I would not like to comment exactly on the numbers at the moment because I do not have the number exact with me. But definitely it is going to increase. Definitely, yeah.
Okay, sir. And the final question is, sir, since we are, so there was an update that we are now moving towards the copier portion also, because
Yeah.
that is the premium paper. So how do we see, because all the capex are online, so how do we see our paper mix going forward from towards the premiumization?
Actually, with the commissioning of the new machine, whatever production from next financial year, because this year we may stick ourselves to normal paper on this machine because this will be the earlier commissioning period only this financial year. But from next year onwards, definitely out of that 100,000 ton new capacity, we shall be making minimum 30 to 40,000 ton of copier paper only, and similar quantity of 30 to 40,000 of cup stock paper, which is presently selling at almost in the range of 70,000 rupee a ton. Have been even presently selling from our existing machines that product cup stock base paper. So that we have been selling at almost 65 to 70,000 rupee a ton. So on the new machine, one third the capacity will go to copier, one third to wedding based card or cup stock based paper, and rest 30 to 40,000 will go to high end multicolor surface size printing paper, Mabletho paper. So that is the combination that we are planning for the new machine, and it will be almost as good as any A grade mill and should give us much higher realization, almost equal to the A grade mill. Yeah, from next year onwards.
Okay, sir. And just two more questions. So, sir, currently the borrowing at our balance sheet is around 316 crores. Okay, since we are going into the upgrade cycle, we are getting the benefit out of the capex. So at the end of next financial year, this 316 borrowing should come down to what number? What's the management targeting?
Next financial year or this financial year?
Sir, both. I'm fine with that. I just want to see what would be the trend going forward.
I think term loan should remain in the range of maximum 300 to 350 crores. क्यों राजेश जी?
Right, sir. The repayments are due. Approximately 30 crores will be repaid in another 6 months. So currently we are having a term loan of 290 crores outstanding in the balance sheet of half year FY22. So approximately 280 to 90 crores will be outstanding of the existing loans, and 20 to 25 crores will be added of the new loan. So 310 crores will be the outstanding approximately.
But that is the current number, right, sir?
Yeah. No. 306 is the total, is not the total term loan. 295 is current outstanding.
Okay.
310
Yes.
includes working capital loan also, yeah.
No.
Oh.
It's the term loan only.
Term loan only, okay.
Yes.
60 crore
Okay.
repayment ke baad, you are saying that it should be
Yes, sir. Including the repayment, the total outstanding will be approximately around 310 crores.
So, but the balance sheet, what I've seen currently is at the March 2021, March 21, the last financial year, we had a 345 of crores of the loan on the balance sheet. The borrowing, I'm just right, and now the borrowing is 316. But what has happened is the current working capital has increased from 318 to 450.
Means the current borrowing, working capital from 67 crore it increased to 74 crores in the balance sheet.
Capital work, okay.
So you are talking about working capital loan?
So yes, so there is a, I might be, so there is a number of 450 crores. So I was just checking when this number would come down, because now all the capex is online. So this number should reduce drastically. That's what, and it should help us to pay off some loan, the working capital loan, or what you say, the borrowing. But since
yes, for the new capex, the repayment will start by this December. So from this December, the term loan will, the repayment will start. The repayment will start, and we expect 310 crores by this financial year 22.
And what would be the guidance for 23, sir? Barring the new 4x, 5x capacity which we are adding for Zuma?
Yeah, in financial year 23, the repayment will be approximately 70 crores, and by taking the fresh, I'm assuming 20 crores term loan, so it will be somewhere around 270 crores.
270 crores. Okay.
Yes, sir. Only term loans.
Okay. And there would be similar reduction in the working capital also, right? Capital work in progress also. Because capex are online, so I would see a similar increase in the fixed asset side, right, sir?
No, working capital नई capacity को देखते हुए कुछ working capital increase हो गया approximately 20 crores, so it will be somewhere around 95 crores.
Okay. So I guess since Bhandari we mentioned, so we would be buying the rice first for the entire year in the next quarter. So our working capital would be higher. That I understand. But so what's the payment clause we have for the different state boards? I thought they give us some advance when we win the tender, like 10-20%. So that should help us in the working capital.
No, State Expo Government Department, they do not give any advance. They give us 90% payment. Once the material is delivered after inspection and testing, which is almost 30 to 40 days minimum, and rest of the 10-20% payment comes once the printer actually uses and consumes that paper after the printing. So that cycle is almost 45 to 60 days, including the logistic period. So definitely working capital is going to increase. If our turnover is going to increase by, will be almost doubling. So increase of 20 crore in working capital is nothing. Yeah.
Right, sir. So as a percentage, it is improvement. But if I see the cash conversion cycle, so March 2020 it was 77 days. Now in the last March 21 it was 153 days. So going forward, what would be our ideal cash conversion cycle? Because March 21 was a COVID year, so I understand there would be some delays in the payment. But what would be the number we are targeting internally?
It will be somewhere around 50 to 55 days.
50. So from for this year, you are saying 50 to 55 days? Or,
yes. Yes, for this year.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So that was my last question. Thank you, sir, for the very good Q&A.
Thank you, sir. Our next question from Mr. Karthik Natraj. He's an individual investor. Please go ahead, sir.
Hi, am I audible?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Sir, my first question is about the 60 crore wood pulp digester automation project that was mentioned in the presentation. So could you elaborate on what this is about?
Presently, the wood pulping is done in the vertical digester in batch system. So you first fill the wood digester with the wood chips, then you add caustic, and at certain temperature you cook for certain specific time, and then once it is cooked after 2-3 hours, so then you blow that cooked pulp into the blow tank. So which is all a batch process. So we have contacted with a US-based company presently having office in Singapore CP, and we are doing automation of the 4 wood pulp digesters that we are having. So with that, the processing time, number one, is reduced by making the process continuous, number one, and number two, wherever we could save on the heat energy, like if we use the steam for flashing, for pushing the pulp from digester to the blow tank. So that steam energy and then consistency of that pulp in the blow tank, we use cold water, and then certain energy emission are certain energy is lost. So all those energy losses are studied by this company. They have been doing it since long. Not this is not a new project for them, but for us. And in India, this is the second project only. The first they are doing in JK Paper. So they will do lot of automation where whatever energy or hot water or steam at low pressure could be used for the next coming sequence of pulping. So that gives saving of steam. Now the steam consumption is 1.6 to 2 ton per ton of pulp. So with the implementation of this project, the steam consumption will be reduced to 0.6 ton per ton of pulp, as has been granted by the company. So 1 ton of steam consumption, in today's scenario, the steam cost is almost 2000 rupee a ton. So if we make in coming times, almost the target is to make 300 ton of wood pulp. So that means we save almost 300 into 2000 rupee, almost 6 lakh per day on this only. And you can see the total gain that we make, number one. And since processing time is also reduced, in batch digester you have to wait till you discharge the total pulp into the blow tanks, and this process will make the cooking almost continuous, so it reduces the processing time. So due to that, we can take higher capacity of pulp from the same equipment. So this is the main theory behind this project. So from अगर हम बैच डाइजेस्टर ही चलाएं तो we can achieve a capacity of 200 ton only, but with this automation system we will be having a capacity of 280 to 300 ton per day. So that additional 100 ton will allow us to replace imported hardwood pulp that we may need to fulfill our pulp requirement, or we may have to go in for de-inked pulp, which could again be costing much higher, looking to the high imported waste paper prices, and the quality too is not as good as the hardwood pulp. So that is the main idea behind this project, and we are expecting we should get the payback within 1.5 years or 2 years at the most. So that project is already on, and this will be commissioned, I think, maximum within next 6 months. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And was this part of that 400 crore PM4 expansion, or this is over and above that?
Yeah. We are starting that in production on PM. Some of the segments they are already operating, but full use of the total equipment, total segments in this expansion plan will come once the new machine production starts, which should happen in December only.
Yeah. So my question is this 60 crore automation project, right? Is this part of the 400 crore expansion, or is it over and above that?
No, it is over and above that. Earlier we had plans to convert our wood pulp from present 120 ton to 300 ton. That is what we had planned earlier. And accordingly, from 2 wood pulping digester, we had increased the wood pulping to 4 digesters. But this idea was already there in the mind of the management. We have already closed the 400 crore project at almost 428, 429 crore cost. So this additional cost, as we have been earlier saying, this may lead to instead of 429 to almost 500 crore. So that was the idea कि भाई ये जो additional 100 ton production wood pulp की बढ़ानी है, that was to come from this automation project only. Yeah. So it is separate from the 400 crore, but definitely within the same figure as we have been saying earlier कि भाई this may go up to anywhere around 500 crore plus minus. Yeah.
Okay. So this is what that is for. Thank you, sir. Next question is about the cutlery expansion, right? So once we do make the decision, I think in the past also you had mentioned even if we could produce 25 tons a day, Zoom is willing to lift the product, right? So once we do make the decision, how long it's likely to take for it to be commissioned?
The new cutlery project. Yeah, actually they have some machines lying with them already. So they have recently visited and discussed with the management. We are just waiting for these machines to be commissioned. Once these are commissioned, we have already identified the place where we are going to place the new machines. So machines will be delivered immediately. The stock preparation for one machine of 2 ton is already installed. So that could start maybe by the end of this financial year only, number one. And the additional machines that we intend to put up are another 5 to 6 machines. So that could take another 6 to 1 year. Yeah, 6 months to 1 year.
Okay. And if we substantially increase the cutlery capacity, do we also need to go for increased power capacity and pulp capacity, or no?
No, because the major pulp in this is 50 to 60% is imported pulp only. And we are, as I said earlier, we are experimenting. We give 50% unbleached straw pulp to them. So if we give them straw pulp additional, and as we plan today to go in for 8 machines, so which should be anywhere around 16 ton per day. So for 16 ton per day, if we see we need just 8 ton of additional straw pulp. So when we are making almost 200 ton plus straw pulp per day and 240 of unbleached straw pulp, so giving 8 ton, 6 ton additional is no issue.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And as of now, the plan is Zoom will lift all the product, right? We have no distribution plan ourselves.
Yeah, since we are making their customized patent products only presently, and since they have assured us that they will do the 100% lifting. So, but we can go into this on our own also. There is no, but since I would say the scale of operation is much bigger, number one, and number two, they are they are looking for new items also every day. where they are talking to many big players, as I said earlier, in medicine sector, the scoops that you have in Maltova or certain other products. So even that scoop coming with this pulp mold. So the designing and the work they are doing on this sector, so that benefit is going to come to Setia by way of association with them. Yeah. So that's why
Okay.
we are, yeah.
Thank you, sir. Sir, my last question is about this 500 plus acre of plantation that we have, right? So how much of that we own and how much of that is leased?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Am I audible? Hello.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
My question was about this 530 odd acres of eucalyptus plantation that we have, right? Do we own that or most of it is leased?
So part of that we own, and rest of the land is on almost 10-year lease, which is continuously renewed after the expiry of the lease. Yeah.
Okay. And are we already getting wood from there for our own pulp or?
Yeah, we are getting already wood from this segment, and simultaneously we are promoting wood plantation, eucalyptus plantation, and that program for eucalyptus plantation we are simultaneously taking up separately also, and encouraging farmers to go in for this plantation, because if they plant today, that cycle is going to fructify within 4 to 5 years. So we have to do work on that continuously.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir. The next question from Ms. Seha Khetwani. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Congratulations, sir, on the stellar performance for this quarter. My question to you would be about a price hike. We have recently seen, due to the increase in the raw material and the input cost, many industries like recently Tamil Nadu paper has increased their prices. So are we expecting to take a price hike, or we expect the prices to remain firm?
The B grade mills, the category in which they placed our mill earlier, so we have been most aggressive in increasing the price. So if we look at the last financial year price, the price is already, we have already increased the price by almost 11% by this time. So in November, the current month, the price, if we calculate as on 31st March, the total price is increases almost by 20%. And by December end, we hope that this will further increase by another 5 to 7%.
Okay, understood. So my second question is that your product mix, while 40 to 50% of it goes to the state textbook corporations, you have another 50 to 60% that goes to your distributors. Sir, what are the steps that we are taking to strengthen our distributor network across the nation?
Already we are, our marketing team is working on this. The players who are into high-end multicolor printing maplico selling segment, A grade dealers. So we are already increasing the strength throughout the country and exploring export markets. So export markets are not that lucrative at the moment. Side by side, we have already increased our base amongst the cup stock producers, the dealers who sell base paper for cup stock, number one, then wedding base. So this segment we have already encroached upon, and in northern India we are now one of the major players, and the price that we have been commanding is much better than even the price that A grade mills are commanding in this segment, number one. And simultaneously we are entering into the oil,
Hello.
Rajendra sir? One
Sir,
moment, ma'am.
I lost
Lady-
you.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, please stay connected while we connect Rajendra sir back on the call. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome back Rajendra sir. Sir, please go ahead.
We are already going for oil proof. We have already started working on developing new products like oil proof paper, which goes into wrapping burger and all these things with barrier coating. So copier paper, cup stock paper, then this oil proof paper, wedding base paper. So all these varieties are being added, and already dealer network for distribution of these products we have already have in place. We have already developed all these products on our existing machines. So only the work that we have to do is to scale up the production and give additional production to them, for which we are already in talks with the dealers. Yeah.
Understood, sir. So it's fair to say that while Satia Industries is exploring new fronts and going into cutlery, and but we will still be concentrating on our the focus will still remain on our state textbook segment also, as well as our retail segment also.
Yeah, state textbook definitely, once the production is increased from existing 40 to 45%, it will come down to 30%.
Okay.
Additional 20% could be the wedding base and base for cup stock paper, and another 30% could go to the copier paper, and rest for the SS Maplitho and other ordinary varieties of printing paper. So that could be the final combo for the new product mix. Yeah.
Understood, sir. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, that would be last question for this call. I would now like to hand over the floor to Mr. Rajendra Kumar Bhandari, Joint Managing Director of Satia Industries Limited, for closing comments.
Thank you everybody, and thank you for your wishes, and let's hope that the company does good and with our new expansion plans, and we are able to fulfill the wishes and expectations.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, with this, we conclude our conference call for today. Thank you for your participation and for using Doorsabha's conference call service. You may all disconnect your lines now. Thank you and have a good day, everyone.